Some of the biggest names in Christian music are right here on the Lakeshore this weekend.
Also, George Lessons
That's
is on the Lakeshore
too.
tonight, live there at the Unity Christian Music Festival. And he's also there to talk about the pretty nice weather I think we're going to have this weekend, George.
Going to feel a little bit like fall perhaps this weekend, guys. Very comfortable out here this evening. We got a cold front coming through, and that's the reason why it is going to be a little bit cooler than we have been used to as the music serenades us here in the background. Let's take a look at the 13 weather ball. It is blue, and that means we have cooler weather in view coming up here for the next several days. Lots of sunshine. We had a few fair weather cumulus clouds for a while. Some wildfire haze still in the air. That should taper off here tomorrow. Out at the lake, we're looking at 1 foot waves here along the lake shore, and weather conditions are going to increase to 4 foot waves overnight. So right now the beach risk this evening is low, but a beach hazard alert goes into effect overnight all the way through Saturday as the winds are going to pick up out ahead of that cold front. And as far as our weather goes, we are looking at perhaps temperatures staying in the 60s over the weekend, and we will see those temperatures go back up into the 80s later on next week. So it does look like we will have a good deal of sunshine over the weekend as well, and that means that we will need those temperatures to do that, to get our those temperatures back up once again. So again, we have a little technical difficulty here out on the scene, but we're definitely going to continue to have very nice weather along the lakeshore as the festival continues all the way into Saturday, and then it will start to close down here later on this weekend. Sorry about the technical difficulties. About 4 foot waves later on this evening, and then those waves will start to come down over the upcoming weekend. So if you're planning on a beach day here tomorrow, you will see not the waves you see there now, where it's 74 degrees along the lakeshore. Water temperatures, though, are generally in the 60 degrees north to upper 60s south. Now, right now, we've got some sunshine, but we do have a cold front coming down from the northwest, and that's going to drop our temperatures, as I mentioned, out of the 80s into the 70s, as you can see back to the west, and eventually we may only be around 70 during the day on Saturday. Chances of rain are pretty small all the way into the weekend, and don't really see a lot in our 10-day forecast. As you can see, even though that cold front's coming on through, all it will do is pretty much just change our temperatures just a little bit. And as far as precipitation, you can see very little here in the West Michigan area all the way into the upcoming weekend and on into next week as well. So very little chance of seeing anything like that. Long range outlook says we'll see our temperatures be above average in that 6 to 10 day period, with below average amounts of precipitation also during that 5-day period. Forecast then for tonight. Look for clear skies, temperatures falling into the upper 50s and low 60s. Up north, you can expect a mid to upper 50s. And here in the greater Grand Rapids zone, we're looking at highs, overnight lows, I should say, around 59 to 61. 13 on your side forecast. We will warm back up out of the 70s through the weekend. Kind of breezy, though, back into the 80s a little bit later on this next week. And no chance of any precipitation coming our way during that entire 7-day period. All the way around, pretty quiet evening here along the lakeshore for the Unity Christian Music Fest. Back to you. Hello everyone, Chief Meteorologist George Lessons here in Muskegon Heritage Landing for the Unity Christian Music Fest. It's been a great evening. Right now we're between acts, and so far what I've heard has been very inspiring. This is day 2 of the festival, going on through at least a Saturday, and the weather looking pretty good. Although tomorrow evening you might need to wear a jacket. 13 weather ball is blue. We have cooler weather in view, not only for your Friday, but for much of the upcoming weekend. If you're going to walk the dog, Ed or Anna, Roxy should have a good evening. We'll fall from the 80s into the 70s this evening, and lots of clear skies tomorrow morning. You'll be in the low 60s. Just excellent. Going to give you a green paw for this evening and tomorrow morning's walk. Maybe not quite as much sunshine tomorrow. We'll have a few clouds around the middle of the day. 7.1 out of a 10-point scale compared to 8.3 for today. And in terms of winds are going to be up a little bit, so it's going to be a little bit breezy at times, especially in the inland areas away from the lake shore. That'll be the case all weekend long. Got mostly clear skies right now. Got some high clouds coming in from the west. That's along a cold front that will bring in that cooler air. There's very little, if any, moisture along with it, so I doubt if there's going to be any rain with any of this. But there's a secondary trough back to the northwest that will just reinforce the cool air and keep those winds up for Saturday and perhaps into Sunday as well. Walk you through the forecast. You can see some high clouds coming on in. They're going to dissipate, and then lots of sunshine expected during the day tomorrow, maybe some midday clouds, as I mentioned, and then that trough of low pressure comes through. There might be a few more clouds on Saturday, but for the most part, it will stay dry all the way through Sunday and into next week as well. Very little chance of seeing any significant rain for the next 7 to 10 days. Long range outlook, this is starting on August 16th through the 22nd. 8 to 14 day outlook showing higher chances for warmer temperatures to return, so never fear, just a brief taste of fall this weekend, back to summer after that, and an equal chance for more or less precipitation also during that 7-day period starting on the 16th. Forecast for tonight, look for clear skies, upper 50s north, around 60 plus elsewhere, including 62 here in Muskegon. To the north, look for clear skies, mid and upper 50s. You'll be able to have those windows open once again. And here in the greater Grand Rapids zone, looking for overnight lows right around 60 plus or minus a degree or two. 13 on your side forecast. Looking for temperatures in the low 70s right on through Sunday, kind of breezy, especially inland, and then back to 80 plus starting on Monday all the way through at least next Thursday. Very little chance of any rain, mostly just sunshine and comfortable humidities as well. So we're just waiting the next act here at the Unity Christian Music Fest. So far, it's been fantastic, just like the weather, guys.
Beautiful forecasting farewell on the lakeshore tonight. And George, perfect night for the big names in Christian music performing tonight.
Yeah, we're between acts right now. Coming up, I think it's 6:15, just a few minutes. Consumed by Fire will be on stage. Should be a great evening. It's day 2 of the festival going on through Saturday, and the weather has been fantastic so far. But tomorrow night, you might want to bring a jacket because it's going to cool off just a little bit. The 13 weather ball tonight reflecting that very nicely. It is blue, which means we have cooler weather in view. Today was a beautiful day, a warm day. Temperatures getting into the upper 70s here along the lake shore, made 81 here in Grand Rapids, and comparing that to the forecast, we nailed a bullseye. 22 days in a row now within our target range. That's really hard to do, folks. We've only had one miss so far in the last 31 days. I hope I don't blow it for Friday. Lots of sunshine right now. We've had a little bit of haze in the air. Some of that's from wildfire smoke. You can kind of tell where a cold front is. That's where that layer of clouds is coming across Lake Michigan. That cold front's going to introduce some much cooler weather, but very little, if any, chance of any precipitation. This will be a dry front. The winds will pick up out of the west and northwest behind it, so that's really going to build the winds and the waves out on Lake Michigan. So not really a great beach day here tomorrow as a beach hazard alert that's going into effect. But you can see overnight as the front goes through, we have clearing skies and lots of sunshine to start your day. Maybe a few clouds in the afternoon. We'll call it a partly cloudy day. All the way around, very little chance for any precipitation that means anything, most likely for the next 7 to 10 days. Maybe a few more clouds during the day on Saturday, and that will keep our temperatures right around the low 70s. Winds, we're talking gusty winds coming up here a little bit later on tomorrow. You can see at the lake shore, they're up around 23, 24, 25 miles an hour, and then they increase during the day on Saturday, perhaps up to around 30 miles per hour. So next few days will be a little bit on the breezier side. So we're going for sunshine both the start of the day and at the end of the day with some midday clouds. Around 70 around Ludington and Hart, low 70s from Muskegon down through Holland and South Haven. Northern areas will be sunny in the morning, breezy in the afternoon, and then lots of sunshine later on in the day with low 70s here. And in the greater Grand Rapids area, we'll be up into the low 70s, breezier away from the lakeshore than at the lake, with highs tomorrow, again, right around 71 to 73. 13 on your side forecast. Breezy winds as we hit the low 70s all the way through Sunday, and then we'll warm back up into the low 80s Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week. A little bit of that haze returning, but as you notice, there's very little chance of any rain in the next 7 to 10 days. Back to you.